In this inaugural season of the Untangled Faith podcast, my very first podcast, I decided to tackle the topic of church hurt and spiritual abuse. I've wanted to explore this for some time, but I was too scared. So, I'm doing it scared. It's time to have this conversation.
I've learned that there's almost no greater hurt than that which is enacted against us by Christians. Because our expectation is so much higher, and particularly of Christian leaders.
These accounts are personal and painful, and I wondered, would anyone be willing to vulnerably share with me and with the rest of you?
I knew I had just stumbled upon something that wasn't good, but I'm thinking, okay, this can't be that bad.
Yeah.
We tried to explain, these kids have been traumatized by being abandoned, and we can't do that to them a second time.
And through that time, God was really faithful to us.
I wanted to share stories that would help others feel less alone. I hoped I could find insights from a few experts along the way. The end result would be a gift I could offer to those who had been hurt, or for those who wanted to know how to minister to those who'd been hurt in their faith community.
Pastors with platforms were silent. That's when I encouraged my dad to write, because nobody else was saying anything and we needed to hear from a theologian.
I was asked by 2 or 3 of the women involved in the Willow story, why are Christian leaders not speaking up? This was the question asked.
We have a story of our own, right?
Yes.
We have a story that intersects, and I'm just not ready. I just don't know when that time is right. I cannot pretend this is a merely academic venture. It's not. I've had my own season of spiritual abuse.
And I would like to say wolves know the words better than we do. So you have to be careful, just because the demons believe and they shudder, right?
Yeah.
So, and in the world of social media, we can create a persona and a life that looks very godly without having it has the form of godliness without any godliness.
It's like Dr. Strange. You are in the house, but then the house begins to move, and the stairs are moving and the walls are moving, and nothing is normal. That's what I feel like is happening with me with the church world.
Like, the truth says, examine me, right? So if we're refusing to be examined, what is that saying about the truth?
On this season of Untangled Faith, we're sharing the hard stories. We're talking about what happens when deep hurts collide with our faith experience. We're exploring what it means to be wounded resistors hanging on to our faith. And we're talking about what hope looks like on the other side.
And that is the hope, is what should shine through. And that is why I would still tell my story. If somebody asked me, well, you're going to hurt the church, I don't know how love and hope can hurt the church.
Right. Join me this season on Untangled Faith.